Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will show you 2 ways to use simple homemade natural dye from simple ingredients to decorate your Easter eggs. Let's get started. I started out with making a lot, and I mean a lot, of hard-boiled eggs. Make sure all your eggs are at room temperature before boiling to avoid cracking. Pour in the water and bring it to boil for 12 minutes. While the eggs are cooking, it is now time to make the dye. I keep the ratio pretty simple in here with 1 cup of water, 1 cup of produce, and 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. Mix everything well together and I bring it to boil. After boiling, I then turn the heat down to low and simmer for 30 minutes. After the eggs are cooked and cooled to room temperature, I arrange the egg in the container and carefully pour and completely submerge the egg in the dyeing liquid. Soak the egg for at least 1 hour or overnight in the fridge until the egg reach the desired color. Take the eggs out to dry and voila! With a lot of dyed liquid still left, I decided to use the dye as my color for my egg paintings. To start my floral egg, I paint on a blob of a single color on the egg. Next, I paint another color on top, but not covering the entire shape of the first layer to give it more depth. Make sure each layer is dry before you add another layer of a color on top. To quicken the process of drying, I use a paper towel to dab away the extra dye after a few moments for the color to sink in. I find that layering color works best with the dye since the natural dye is much more light and watery comparing to store-bought. Also, this process of layering helps the shape look more like flower and petal. Allow some time for the dye to fully dry, and I take the paint marker and draw petal around the outside of the shape. The line don't need to be fully inside, outside, or along the edge of the color. Imperfection make the eggs more unique here. Let your creativity flow and treat your eggs like a clean canvas. This project was so therapeutic and relaxing for me, and in the end, this is my lovely watercolor floral eggs. They are not perfect, but maybe they are perfect in their own imperfection. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week.